स्वर्णरो ज्योतिषीमान् विभासः स्वर्णरो ज्योतिषीमान् विभासः
ते अस्मै सर्वे दिवमातपन्ति
ते अस्मे सर्वे दिवमातपन्ति ते अस्मे सर्वे दिवमातपन्ति
ऊर्जं दुहाना
ऊर्जं दुहाना
अनपस्फुरन्त इति
अपस्फुरन्त
अनपस्फुरन्त इति
अनपस्फुरन्त
इति
इति
अनपस्फुरन्त इति
अनपस्फुरन्त इति अनपस्फुरन्त इति
कश्यपोष्टमः
कश्यपोष्टमः कश्यपोष्टमः
समहामेरुं न जहाति
समहामेरुं न जहाति समहामेरुं न जहाति
तस्यैषा भवति तस्यैषा भवति
तस्यैषा भवति
यत्ते शिल्पं कश्यप रोचनावतु
यत्ते
यत्ते
शिल्पं
शिल्पं
कस्य परोचनावत्
कश्यपोरजानवत्
यत्ते शिल्पं कस्य परोचनावत्
इन्द्रिया इन्द्रियावत् पुष्कलम्
इन्द्रियावत्
इन्द्रियावत्
पुष्कलम्
पुष्कलम् इन्द्रियावत् पुष्कलम्
चित्रभानु
चित्रभानु चित्रभानु
यस्मिन् सूर्या अर्पिता सप्तसाकम्
यस्मिन् सूर्या अर्पिता सप्तसाकम् यस्मिन् सूर्या अर्पिता सप्तसाकम्.
So in this Aruna Prashna, rather Aranyaka, that the Aruna Ketuka Agni is being discussed, and that is the best Agni, who is but Surya Bhagavan only, and he is the available upon the sky, is a guardian there in the sky to protect the land and the people by supplying whatever they wanted, because the most important for the beings upon the earth is to have water. From water, they get all facilities, all food, everything comes out of water. Therefore, in addition, even Surya Bhagavan provides water, the other deities like Indra, Marutu, Varuna, and Apo Devatas, they all, five of them, they always cooperate each other and see that whatever functioning that they are attributed, they provide comfort and life sustenance to all beings upon the land. That we have noted in the previous. And also, we have seen in the Aruna Prashna, the previous, the good relationship between the teacher and taught, and also the students along with whoever learn on the teacher. So that there is in 5 Anuvakas, the subject matter is one, and now in this Anuvaka and onwards, you see ideas about the sacrifice. And sacrifice is the web of happiness. All happiness comes only because of puja, because of archana, because of showing honor for the respective powers of the various gods. And how this kind of sacrifice could be performed well means it is because of the cooperation of the Rutviks or the priests, and at the same time the people connected to that, and also the material that is required for the performance of sacrifice, because already we have come to the notice that the sacrifice performance is a dharma. Yagnena yagnamayajanta devaha tani dharmani prathamani asan. So all those yajnas, whatever forms number, and sacrifice means it is trying to aim at the happiness, and that became a dharma. Dharma is the timetable which people have got to honor and practice apart from their mundane responsibilities, wants and desires, and their activity. Therefore, and this kind of thing is achieved through the people. And if anybody at any level were to betray or do cheating or do not remain faithful or confident, then it is going to be a great serious sin and dosha. And that dosha is not against only the priest or the sacrificer or the people connected, but it is against the Veda Purusha itself. Therefore, that has got been that is hinted to us in the previous subject. And from this Anuvaka and onwards, the subject matter changes, because you now talk about the number of Suryas which are there. Though we see every day only one Surya on the sky, in the horizon, but there are more Suryas which are not visible, who are not visible, but who are doing their functions invisibly. Visibly, one God is there. Only Surya Bhagavan, which we see him, we consider as Pratyaksha Devata or Pratyaksha Surya, and the other ones who are there, they are all called as Apratyaksha, but they are there present in the remaining 7 directions or 7 diks, and that is there. And how many Suryas are there? He said there are 8 Suryas, Ashta Suryaha. And what are the names of those? In this passage we read, Arogaha, Bhrajaha, Pataraha, Patangaha, Swarnaraha, Jyotishiman. So now we have got 7 names. As we told, there are 7 names who are called Arogo, Bhrajaha, Pataraha, Patangaha. See, that is what all belonging to the light only. Ultimately, Jyotishiman. They're all very much brilliant bodies. They do good for the land, and they by providing urjam duhana. Site asmai sarve divamata panti urjam duhana anapaspuranta iti. So aspuranta anapaspuranta. That is, so there are Aroga, Bhraja, Patara, Patanga, Swarnara, Jyotishiman, Vibhasa. These are all the suns. They are all staying in the sky, giving light. And they are doing good for the land by providing food and rain. And because of that, they are all become very much comfortable and conveniently understandable. That's what we call anapaspurantaha. Means they become all friendly, favorable, and they are all atapanti. What? And they are giving sunlight. Urjam duhana anapaspurantaha sarve te asmai, people upon the land, anapaspurantayati. So you should know that from Aruna Prashna, that single sun is not in the horizon, but there are many other suns indirectly. That's why when we do the Aruna Prashna Purvaka Parayana or Homa, Aruna Homa and all that, Arunam Homa, some people have got the tradition of putting 12 kalashas. Some other people put 8 kalashas. After doing the Kalasha Radhana, Kalasha Puja and all that, then they go and start the Homa or the Yagna, Aruna Ketaka Yagna and all that. So that's why Surya Bhagavan has got to be constantly worshipped, because they are the providers of Urjam, they are the providers of the sunshine or light or atapa. And so here you observe the word iti is there too. So spuranta iti, anapaspuranta iti. So that anapaspuranta iti is, it is not only original statement introduced by Varuna Prashna Aranyaka, but it is a statement already popular, well established in the earlier Vedic texts. And therefore, this particular quotation, this particular idea has been drawn from previous scriptures, and it is only to show the sources to reinforce that the ideas are ancient. The idea of sun being in so many forms or with so many names is being established here. And moreover, the subject matter here has derived strength from the Rigveda, Yajurveda, and other Ved Samhitas. Therefore, you see that the Mahat of sun is there in all the lokas, and all lokas depend upon the sun. Therefore, there are 8 suns. And what is here we have got only 7 suns. And what about the 8th sun? The 8th sun is the Kashyapa Maharshi or Kashyapa Prajapati, and who is the father of all these sons. Because Kashyapa, Kashyapat, and the same is indicated in the next verse. You see, Kasyapo Ashtamaha. You see the word Kasyapa. If you reverse and read, how does it spell? Govindaraj, please repeat. Reverse the word Kashyapa.
Ashtamaha, oh, Kashyapa, Pashyaka.
You got the secret there. See, Yaha Pashyakaha, Saha Kashyapaha. ఎవరైతే చూడగలిగే శక్తి కలవారు అంటే వేదార్థాన్ని, వేదాలను, దేవుళ్ళను ఎట్సెట్రా పర్సీవర్స్. Pashyaka means the perceivers. Those who can dive deep into the fathom, into the depths of knowledge. And Kashyapa is a Prajapati, and always, and who is a seer? A Rishi is a Pashyaka. That's why he is called Drashta. ఋషికి ఏమంటారు పేరు అంటే ద్రష్ట అంటారు. ద్రష్ట అంటే చూడగలిగిన వాడు. Not that any other person cannot see. All have got the power of seeing. But in the power of seeing also there is a difference, from person to person. Yes, and all that. That's why Ashtamaha Kasyapaha. So the ultimate force for giving rise for all these is Pashyaka, is Kashyapa. And what about where he is dwelling? Saha Mahamerum Najahati. See, Meru Parvata is the dwelling place for him. So Parvata Vasinaha. Therefore, Saha, that's called Mahameru. It's a big mountain where all gods and goddesses have got their residence. And Mahameru has so much of spiritual significance. And Mahameru Nilaya in Lalita Sahasranamam, you see that all Shakti, all energies are concentrated, are resourcefully present in the Meru Parvata. And in fact, Meru Parvata is a golden mountain. And upon the golden mountain, if sun's rays were to fall, how golden it will be. That's why bright, very exquisite. Meru Parvata is exquisitely bright. So such kind of highly bright mountain, which is the dwelling place, which is the source mountain for all gods, for all power and all that, Kashyapa Prajapati stays there. So if you want to go to Kashyapa Prajapati or Mahameru is the culmination point for all people. That's why people worship Mahameru Nilaya, Mahatripura Sundari is Lalita Sahasranamam. So Mahatripura, Tripura Samhara is Shiva, and Shiva's Sundari is Parvati. Therefore, that is all the manifestation or dwelling place of Parvati means Shakti. Therefore, the power of that person is being explained further. Kashyapa, oh Kashyapa, you are bright and strong. Yatte silpam Kashyapa rochanavatu. Kashyapa, in last line, you see that, hey Kashyapa, oh Kashyapa Prajapati or Kashyapa Surya, te silpam. Silpam means your creation, and that is very much strong. Silpa normally means sculpture, or a concrete form is called silpa. So we are all the silpa representing the God. So that's why you are a God. Everywhere Rama is there or any God is there, means the designing, maintenance, growth, everything is just because of the Paramatma. Therefore, now we are talking to Kashyapa Prajapati in this, that He Kashyapa te silpam yatu rochanavatu. O Kashyapa Prajapati, whatever you are bright, rochana, and strong, and you are capable of energizing the limbs of our body. See, Desha Bhavati. So where from the energy comes to us? Because of Surya Bhagavan, because of that. Moreover, it is said that Kashyapa is the 8th Surya, Kashyapaha Ashtamaha. That means all the 7 sons who have come out from him, and they are always executing the orders of the Kashyapa Prajapati or Kashyapa, and he does not want to leave the Meru mountain, a residential quarter, away from all other things. And in why means that's almost like a Sargaloka. In future paragraphs of Aruna Prashna, you are going to get, if you want to go to Mahameru, you have to do Vitha Ucharitva Gachet. So how best you can reach that Mahameru, almost the highest pinnacle of lokas, and that is the moksha or Kailasa or Vaikuntha, whatever you call. And actually Surya Bhagavan is so great that all people want to reach up the Surya Loka, Aditya Loka, and for that only he has got to energize all of us. And what is the energizing? To give us necessary strength in the body, in the limbs of our body, and in the mind of the body, and also the buddhi. So all these things will be operative because of that. And how is that? He acts highly powerful. And so that's why Silpa Shastra has come in. You remember the Silpa Shastra, the architectural grandeur. The Silpa Shastra comes because of the Kashyapa Prajapati or the Shakti of. In fact, Surya Shakti is Gayatri. You all know that. So when you make Gayatri Upasana, it amounts to the Surya Shakti Upasana, Surya Upasana, because we take that Aditya or Surya to be technically the source who is able to help us to give us designs, shape and skills, and have our life upon the earth being very much fruitful. Therefore, we always have got to make prayer to Surya Bhagavan in order to have our knowledge. And moreover, the astrologers also add that looking at the position of the planet or Graha, Surya in one's own horoscope, they will be able to determine and predict the characteristics and styles, etc., prosperity and kind of employment and all that they will say. And for example, if you want to ask me, if the sun is well placed in the 10th house, and otherwise, people say that he will be a wonderful government officer, such a great officer whose signature is valuable upon checks carrying highest amounts, lakhs and crores of rupees. Imagine what check we sign is chota. There's no meaning. But imagine yourself to get the capacity, authority to sign the check of lakhs of rupees or crores of rupees. That's a Maha Lakshmi Prasuda. So all that power is being vested in Surya Bhagavan, and he will empower others. That's why Yesha Silpa Vesha Tasya Bhavati. and whatever silpa, whatever creation that Kashyapa Prajapati does, it always remains as a rochana, bright, prosperous, promising, and all that. Therefore, especially the Kashyapa Brahma, the Surya Bhagavan original himself, is a highly technical person. So even to become a good surgeon, there should be the combination of Ravi and Kuja. To become a wonderful engineer, there should be the combination of Ravi and Buddha. To become a wonderful leader, there should be the combination of good Buddha and Guru, or a businessman. So that is the extension of the knowledge of sun in the field of astrology and in the life of all people. Therefore, it's really interesting. I hope you understand. Kasyapaha Ashtamaha. That is the position of the Kasyapa is exclusive, not inclusive with the other 7 Suryas. And 7 Suryas have got 7 different functions, staying in the 7 quarters. And what sun does in the east, all that is being coordinated by other suns. Therefore, here see Kasyapa Ashtamaha and Mahamerum Najahati, he will not go away. So Paramatma is located constantly at one place, but he has got his mobile stations in various places. For example, in one place, we will have same god temples.
Yes.
In Bangalore, Majestic area, Mysore Bank Circle, there are more than 8 to 9 Ganapati temples.
Yes, sir. Avenue Road near. Yes, sir.
Avenue Road, one Ganapati, just at the tip of the road, I mean, next Central College, one Ganapati. On
Yes,
the
sir.
way, you got Arka Ganapati. And if you go for, so Ganapati. Which Ganapati you go, I don't know. But we are all attracted to one particular Ganapati and we go there. Some people go to Arka Ganapati, some people go to Siddhi Ganapati, some people go to the Lakshmi Ganapati. But anyway, all is Ganapati only. That means Vasyapa himself. And next line tells you, Indriyavat Pushkaram Chitrabhanu Yasmin Suryaha Arpitaha Saptasakam Tasmin Rajanam Adhivisraye Mayiti. Now let's understand this. Indriyavatu. Oh Kashyapa, again the dialogue goes that you are, oh Kashyapa, Pushkalam Chitrabhanu. So it's a Chitrabhanu, wondrous person who does that kind of Bhanu. So in our years also, Chitrabhanu, Swabhanu, Samvatsaras are there. So for Indriyas, Indriyavatu, that Indriyas are being given the sap and substance and bhavanam only by the brightness of the sun and Kashyapa Prajapati. So that's why they're all called as Indriyavatu or Indriyavan. And for example, Indra is known is a repository of all energies vested in him. Therefore, he is called Indra. Indra, the name Indra is not the name of a god, but Indra is the god where all Indriya Shakti is concentrated. And because of that Indriya Shakti top, he has been recognized as the leader of all gods. And moreover, that Indriya Shakti is Pushkalam. Pushkalam means fullness is there, no dearth in that. So there is a harmonious growth and amassment of power in the Indriyas because of the brightness that Kashyapa Prajapati. And again, the artful designs, otherwise called a Silpa, done by the Kashyapa Prajapati is simply amazing. Chitram Bhanu. Bhanu, Bha is Kanti, Nu is to push. So Chitra means which has got that many variegatedness in that, and something like that. So amazing it is. And so the 7 sons along with Surya Kashyapa Prajapati, they shine forth with great capacity that with that capacity allows the Yajamana, the sacrificer, to be also very bright, happy, and prosperous. So Adhiva, that's why it's called Adhivas. So the next line tells that Pushkaram Yasmin Surya Arpitaha Sakam. So Sakam Arpitaha Surya. Therefore, what Purandaradasa says, Namudu Embudu Kinchittu Illa. Ellavu Hariya Hariya Namave Hariya Shakti anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So what these composers, they are all the commentators of the Vedic knowledge, which is hard to understand. Therefore, we have started a project, Shastra Bodha, Stotra Bodha. On every last Saturday, we thought of meeting for a monthly meet of our Vedanta Kendra, where you have got good scholars coming and sharing their knowledge together with our knowledge. So we are growing bigger, richer also. And looking at that, I thought we can have also stotras. They are also sources to give us plenitude of knowledge in easily understandable way, available to all people. Stotra is more comfortable for recitation and for many benefits to derive than the Veda mantras. Therefore, we have done the Stotra Bodha series. Last month it got inaugurated with Nilakantan, and both of them are Nilakantan, and then also that Anand lecture on fast and hunger, fasting, then consciousness and heart failure management, etc. So that also is there in our YouTube. Please try to follow. And this month on 18th, we have got a talk on Sivananda Lahari and Stotra Bodha. And on 24th on Kathopanishad, that is being done by Shishi Tiwari from Delhi. And this is being done by another Kerala professor, by Ravindran, who is also a seasoned professor, well read in that. So why I am telling all this reference means we have got that Silpa, that art, architecture, and everything is coming from Surya Bhagavan, and that is being vested in the workers. Like Yajamana is a worker, Yajamana is an organizer, and therefore these are all the activity in plenitude in various forums going upon the land is nothing but the Anugraha, Pratibha, and Ashirvada of Kashyapa Prajapati. Therefore, here you see, Sabaha Merum Najahati, Tasyaisha Bhavati. All these statements will tell us that that Surya Bhagavan, Kashyapa Prajapati is being respectfully told separately, and because all Suryas together playing in something, together being worshipped, and Kashyapa Prajapati is here distinctly praised. That's why here you see, Yasmin Surya Sapta Sakam Arpita. Hope you are understanding. Sakam Arpita means they are all cooperating, because this Kashyapa Prajapati is the leader, and the other people are just following the leader. So all the 8 sons, including Kashyapa, become one unit. Therefore, the source energy, Kashyapa, and he is able to show his influence on all. And therefore, he is called as a Chitrabhanu. Chitrabhanu is the leader of all the Bhanus. See, Bhanu or Surya. And these words have got Aroga, Braja, Patara, Patanga, and all these names have got specific qualities to represent. But apart from all the 7 names, Kashyapa gets 2 more names exclusively for them. One is called Chitrabhanu, and other is called Sobhanu. And you probably, some people are there who are born in these 2 years. Chitrabhanu and Sobhanu Nama Samvatsaras. That is, I am born on Chitrabhanu Samvatsaram, And my
Wow.
wife is born in Swabhanu Nakshatra. Swabhavanu.
Okay.
So Swabhavanu is independent and very much energetic and not caring others. Their decisions are final. And Chitrabhanu is adjustable, accommodating, flexible. Otherwise, family life or teamwork or the company cannot prosper. So Chitrabhanu and Swabhavanu, both names belong to the Kashyapa Prajapati as a matter of great distinction, showing that he has the original illumination power, Chitra Kashyapa, and whatever illumination power he has got that kind appearing in the motley way. Therefore, if you want to know the amazing features in the personality of Kashyapa, it is said, you are oh Kashyapa Prajapati, you are making all the suns shine brightly, and you are making all suns to get strength or indriyas to all their indriyas, and thereby the whole body of Surya Bhagavan is completely energy filled. There is no difference. That's why harmonious health, harmonious strength should be there in our body. If that harmony is being spoiled in the body, we are going to have a pain. That's why Arogya Devata is Surya Bhagavan. Arogyam Bhaskaradichetu Sriyam Havyavahanat. It is said, so if you want Arogya, you should go to worship Surya Bhagavan, because he is the repository for all health, wealth, and prosperity. And if you want to have Aishwarya, luxury, comfort, healing, etc., you must think of Agni. But Agni and Surya, they are not different. In the daytime, he is called Divakara, and in the night time, he is called Nishakara or Varuna. So Mitra and Varuna. Mitra in the day, Varuna in the night. Put together, they form a dual compound or Dvandva Devatas, Mitra Varunau. In Sandhya Vandana, we say, morning Ritrasya Charshani Dhrutaha, Sainkalam Imamme Varuna Sudhyava. So Indra, here, Mitra and Varuna form a day. Similarly, but Kashyapa Prajapati, something like that, he is also called Chitrabhanu and Swabhanu. And moreover, the Yajamana, whoever wants to worship a sacrificer, will get the prosperity and superiority among his fellow beings only because he is the leader. You know, manpower, money power, and material power. With all this power, one has to do the yajna, and in the yajna, you have got the Chaga Shakti, Chaga power. I told you what is yajna, what is the sacrifice. That's called Dravya Sekarana, Devata Radhana or Devata Ahvana, and Dravya Tyaga. These are the three things which will go. And all these kind of prabhava or influence is able to be sustained by human beings or by people who are living upon the earth. Therefore, Chitrabhanu and all this. And moreover, what this Chitrabhanu will make is a question. He will make the Yajamana to be a superior person. And generally, in olden days, Yajamanas are Kshatriyas, rich people, Maharajas, Rajas. They organize the sacrifices, and all people come and help their sacrifice. And therefore, therefore, there are many mantras making that Yajamana be taken care by the gods. So if the Yajamana is taken care, and unless one does sacrifice, he will not get the energy, and he will be doing sacrifice for the good of the people. That's why Rashtra, that's why we say Dhruvam, Jai Raja, Dhruvam, Dhruvam, Dhruvam. We ask people to be firm, the king to be firm, and so on. There are a number of prayers there that the Chitrabhanu, Swabhanu, Kashyapa Prajapati, along with the other 7 sons, will make everybody stronger. That's why the last line is Sapta Sakam. Sapta here refers to the refers to the 7 number. So we should imagine now we cannot say only one sun. Sometime back in computer they said there are 2 suns ultimately, but 2 suns cannot survive upon the ground. It may just a spark, but there cannot be 2 suns, there cannot be 2 kings, there cannot be 2 swords in one scabbard like that, but it is only an aberration. Therefore, and what is this Kashyapa? Is a Prajapati, a great seer, and who has got extra powers to be able to do it. That's why now let us recite Arogo Bhraja Patara Patangaha. Please repeat.
Arogo Braja Patara Patangaha.
Swarnaro, one time enough. Swarnaro Jyotishiman Vibhasaha.
Swarnaro Jyotishiman Vibhasaha.
Swarnaro. Okay, one sir. Te asmai sarve divamata panti.
Te asmai sarve divamata panti.
Urjam duhana paspuranta iti.
Urjam duhana anapaspuranta iti.
See, up to here, we have noted about the 7 suns, of names of the 7 suns, and the kind of functioning that they are attributed, Divamata Panti, and Urjam Duhanaha, Anapaspuranta. These are the functions of the 7 gods or 7 suns available in the different regions or in the horizons. Because we know that there is no one horizon, there are many horizons. In other sense, it says Sapta Lokaha, Sapta Lokaha, and Chaturdasha Bhavanaha. You can imagine the expanse of all, the entire universe. All that is called Vishwam. So, up to then. Now we come to a special honor for the god Kashyapa, for the sage god Kashyapa, the Prajapati Kashyapa, who is the source to give rise for all those sons. Therefore, Kashyapa gets the 8th rank, Ashtamaha. There is a lot of meaning here. You observe, even Krishna is, even Bhishma is Ashtama Vasu. And all Vasudevasas have come for, are born to Devaki, or just disappeared because Kamsa had to kill all the babies like that. And afterwards, Narayana, with Shankha Chakra Gadadhara, comes out from the womb of Mother Devaki. And when he came out like that on the lap of Devaki, he was giving darshan to Devaki, the unique mother. You know that Devaki, that Vasudeva's wife, she is the Pattamahishi. Actually, our Bhagavata tells you that Vasudeva has got 14 wives. మీకు తెలుసునా అండి?
No, sir.
14 మంది భార్యలు ఆయనకి.
Okay.
ఆ 14 వైఫ్స్ లోపల దేవకి పట్టమహిషి, ఆవిడకి ఆవిడ నుంచి కృష్ణుడు అవతరించినాడు, ఆవిడ పుణ్యం. సెకండ్లీ, ఇఫ్ యు థింక్, ఆ కృష్ణ భగవంతుడికి 13 మంది పిన్నమ్మలు ఉన్నారు. పిన్నమ్మ అంటే, సో హి హస్ గాట్ సో మచ్, సట్ ఇస్ రిచ్ ఫెలో, హి కెనాట్ ఎనీవే. అట్లా హి హస్ గాట్. నౌ కశ్యప ఈజ్ అష్టమః. Where is this permanent location? Mahamerum Najahati. He is staying in the Mahameru mountain. Among all Parvatas, Meru Parvata is Sreshta Parvata. Meru Parvata is a gold, is a Hiranya Parvata, gold Parvata. And in that only all gods will have their dwellings. So Kashyapa Prajapati has taken seat in that. And He Kashyapa te silpam yatu rochanavatu. And that means that whatever creation is there upon the ground is all very bright. That's why even Durga Saptati Markandeya Purana, Durga Saptati, it is coming from Markandeya Purana, or Markandeya Maharshi says that Sarvasya Jantoho Asti Buddhi. And every jantu means birth, ja is there. So that will, all beings born upon the ground are bestowed with buddhi. but that buddhi will be variant depending upon number of factors. So that's what we find. Buddhi prachodana is being done by the Buddhi Devata, Surya Bhagavan, or otherwise called as Kasyapa. That's why the mantra says that Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhargaha. See, Devasya Savitu. So Deva Savitus Bhargaha, the effulgence. What kind of Bhargaha? It is called choicest blessing, brilliance. That has got to direct our intelligence. So to say that when there is a battery light or light is there, your eyes function, things, all objects become bright and electrified. Like that, in this particular section, you see that up to Tasmin Rajanavadi Visrayevamiti will tell you the function of Kasyapa Prajapati, the residence of Kasyapa Prajapati, and his function is that he is a Chitrabhanu and also Swabhavanu, and all Suryas are completely attached to that Surya Kasyapa Prajapati, and therefore all of them, what are they doing? They derive the energy and brightness from God, and they are disseminating the same. That's why we are all obliged. In fact, later on you will come to Kasyapa Pasyako Bhavati. So who is the seer of all knowledge, of all the gods? Everything in the universe is Kasyapa Prajapati. Because apasyamahame tat surya mandalam apasyame tat surya mandalam parivartamanam gargya pranatratah gacchanta mahameram, like that you go. So Surya Mandala also is parivartamanam, is variance, is at movement. There is a revolving stature. So all these things, I mean, here you are getting preparation to get very much familiar with the kind of knowledge that we are going to get upon Surya Bhagavan, upon Aditya Mandala, upon the influence and all that, because Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha, Bhairavi Bhagamarini Bhanu Mandala Madhyastha. That see that, so for example, Shakti Devata, Lalita Parameswari is there in the Surya Bhagavan. Surya Shakti is Lord. So Bhanu Mandala is the solar region, and Madhyastha is, she is the fulcrum. She is at center of that, which means that Amma Shakti is only flowing like that. And because of the great power that Kasyapa is doing, again compliments are given to in the next forthcoming paragraph, which go as Te Asmai. Please repeat once. Te Asmai Sarve.
Te Asmai Sarve. Te Asmai Sarve.
Kasyapa Jyotirlabhante.
Kashyapa Jyotirlabhante.
Tan Somaha Kasyapad Adhinirdhamati.
Tan Somaha Kashyapa Nirdhamati.
So up till now, one subject matter completes. See here, Kasyapad Adhinirdhamati. The next will be different subject matter. So to say that all those people, Surya Bhagavan, they get the light, they borrow light, they get charged from Kasyapa Prajapati, and that Kasyapa Prajapati also, in other indirectly, Soma Idanala, Chandra. Even Chandra also gets the power from Kasyapa, and that he is, and what harsh hot power that they get, that is being cooled down and gives a cool light. So Nirdhamati, Adhinirdhamati Somaha. So Soma and Surya both are the sources to give light. One is Atapa and another is called Jyotsna. So I think we stop here and we'll continue. You please mark from here. We will continue from here. Yes, I'll also keep mark that we should continue from that. The subject matter is very good. Yeah. Anyway, we are trying to No, you see that when you read the sentence, nothing much comes into our head unless we depend upon the commentary or
Very
the
good.
Gurus. Huh?
Very true, sir. Sir, in the shloka 21 Anuvaka,
Small
Mahamerum Ganti,
Yeah,
Gachan,
Samahamerum Najahati, no?
and then Mahamerum Gantum and Gachanta Mahamerum is, as you said, everything is there.
Yeah, and Gachanta Maha, and, he is there, but in future it will get it.
Yes, sir. I saw that. Yes.
No, because slowly the knowledge upon Surya Bhagavan is built up. So the knowledge on Surya becomes a mansion.
Yes, sir.
And we have already good lectures on Surya Bhagavan. The Saura Sukta is there, Surya Upanishad is there, then Aruna Prashna is there, and Aditya Brahmopasana is there in Maharana. So there is plenty of literature just on Surya only. And on Ratha Saptami day, we had, that's also there in YouTube, please, that Dr. Ghare and
Yes.
Dr. Gajarana Bhattu, myself, we just spent 2 hours on talking on Surya Bhagavan.
Yes, sir.
So Surya is every god. Veda means you cannot completely read Veda in one janma. So Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gnanavan Mam Prapajyate, when Krishna said one has to grow to be a Gnanin. Artho Jignasur Artharthi, Gnani is an Arashabhan. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says there are 4 people who remember and approach him. One is Artha, that is the fellow who is in suffering. Jignasu, who wants to know things, and ultimately Gnani, person who has become a matured, spiritually oriented, great Gnani, like Maharshis and all that, they continue to be. That's why Krishna advised Arjuna, Tasmat Gnani Bhava Arjuna. Don't be Artha, don't be Jignasu, don't other third one, but I want you to be a Gnani so that you can reach me after you depart from this body. Anyway, so you see that the entire literature, Veda and Purana, and is a wonderful network.
Yes, sir.
One helping us to understand the other. So thereby, Veda Prapancham is Vedic world is simply very, very, very expansive.
You are exposing it for us.
One small.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Govindaraj, sorry to disturb. Sir, one small note ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ಕಶ್ಯಪ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಗಳ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸೂರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಆರೋಗ ರಾಜ ಪಟರ ಪತಂಗ ಸ್ವರ್ಣರೋ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಿ ಮಾನ್ ವಿಭಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಶ್ಯಪ ಋಷಿನ್ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಣ
Understand? Yeah. Sarvadeva Namaskar. That's why the Kashyapa is being, see, if your son is honored, you are honored. Is it not? If your son is
ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ 8 ಜನಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ 8 ಸೂರ್ಯಗಳಿವೆ ಅಷ್ಟ ಸೂರ್ಯ.
ಎಸ್, ಈ ಪೂಜೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಲಶ ಪೂಜೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಆಯಾಂತು ದೇವ ಪೂಜಾರ್ಥಂ ದುರಿತಕ್ಷಯಕಾರಕ ಗಂಗೆ ಚ ಯಮುನೆ ಚೈವ ಗೋದಾವರಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ನರ್ಮದಾ ಸಿಂಧು ಕಾವೇರಿ ಜಲೇಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಂ ಕುರು. ವೇದಾಸ್, ಉಪಾಂಗಾಸ್, all river waters, everything comes and takes seat in the kalasham. If you make a ka la sha puja, means ka means water, la means bringing, sha means stationing. So the water, when you worship water, into the water, Vedas, Angas and Puranas, gods, river waters, everything comes and stays, because you are only one visible doing puja. While when you are using that kalsa water for all purposes during the puja, that means all gods are being automatically covered. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಕಶ್ಯಪ ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್.
Thank you.
ಅದು ಇವಾಗ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಜಪ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಜಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಶ್ಯಪ ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿ ಕೂಡ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೂರ್ಯ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಶ್ಯಪ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಈ ಬೇರೆ ಸೂರ್ಯಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸೂರ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಉಪಾಸನಾ ಆರಾಧನಾ implies the ಆರಾಧನಾ of the entire ಶಕ್ತಿ or entire brilliance.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಗುರುಗಳೇ.
ಸೊ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. And okay, thank you. You are getting up and then trying to catch up.
Please take care of your health, sir.
Yes, sir. Second dose ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ.